Welcome back to AIdaptive. I found a very fascinating study that came out March 11th, so almost 2 months ago, and it surveyed 500 international CEOs on AI, and there are some really fascinating insights here. And so it's from Dataiku, and it was done with the Harris company for polling. So let's jump right into this and get a few nuggets out of here. 70% of CEOs believe a failed AI strategy or AI-induced crisis will result in a fellow CEO being ousted by the end of 2025. So what they're saying there is that either they didn't execute on an AI strategy or project in time, or didn't have the results, or it failed. Or on the other hand, they did release a new feature, product, or service, and it didn't go well, or maybe even went catastrophically bad. And either of those two scenarios could lead, they believe, 70% of CEOs believe by the end of the year, somebody will be fired because of bad execution. Really interesting. So that's a big concern for them. 94% of CEOs admit an AI agent could provide equal or better counsel on business decisions than a human board member. So this is really fascinating as well, because in the past, board members are brought on because of their key insights, their key knowledge and experience to be able to provide advice to the CEO, to the company, as well as the oversight as well. So what 94% of CEOs are saying, which is a staggering amount, that an AI agent could provide equal or better counsel, so advice. So maybe the board will be shifting to more oversight in the future instead of being dependent upon for counsel. Who knows? Another one, 89% of CEOs feel AI can develop an equal or better strategic plan than one of their executive leaders. Yeah, that's going to be a big one probably in the future. The executive leaders honestly should be using AI already. So they should be providing great plans, but evidently that isn't the case yet, according to these CEOs. So that's a big one to look at. And this one really got me too, is 94% of CEOs suspect employees are using generative AI tools without company approval, exposing a massive governance failure within organizations. So for instance, they're using ChatGPT, or they're using Claude, or they're using Gemini, or they're using XAI, one of the generative AIs out there with company private data that violates their governance within their organization. And 94% of CEOs believe that. That is staggering. And frankly, if you're a CEO, very frightening, because that could be released into the wild and is it's a security risk, a security hazard, and potential violation, HIPAA violation, or a shareholder violation, or a violation of other standards that are out there. So that's a massive number, 94%. Staggering 74% of CEOs internationally admit the risk to losing their job within 2 years if they fail to deliver on measurables for AI-driven business gains. And that's a huge number. That's almost 3/4 of CEOs are at risk in their minds of losing their job if they don't execute. That's a huge number out there. 70% of CEOs predict that by the end of the year, okay, so we already covered. More than half of CEOs admit that a competitor has already deployed a superior AI strategy, highlighting the urgency for organizations to move beyond AI ambition into tangible execution. So more than half of CEOs are admitting their competitors are already ahead in their execution. So that's probably also leading to the 74%, because they're already looking at some of their peers, some of their competitors out there who are executing in their minds better than they are, which is a staggering number as well. We already covered that. 89% of strategic plan, we covered that. 35% of CEOs are suspected to be AI washing. 35% of AI initiatives are suspected to be AI washing, designed more for optics than real business impact. What a waste that is, right? So they're just there to try to make it look like they're doing something, either to the public to the shareholders or to their board or maybe even their internal employees to make it seem like they're doing, making grounds. You know, again, that 74% leads to fear. So then they're guessing 35% of AI initiatives are AI washing, where they're fake. They're not real. They're what we used to call vaporware. It doesn't exist. You have you make it look like there's an interface doing something, but once you get behind the scenes, there's nothing there. That's an amazing stat as well. 94, yeah, so we've already seen this. Midjourney was another one that, such as imagery in there, so we've seen that. And I think that's probably covers most of it. I'd love to know what you think is the most shocking statistic, or at least survey number out of this article, because these are, frankly, to me, just blow my mind. And it shows how we know how important AI is and how fearful they are to either not execute or to execute. And they almost 100% believe their employees are already using it in a way that violates their governance. And then they have a fear of losing their job. And yeah, I mean, and that AI can still do a better job providing advice and a strategic plan. So I'd love to know what you think about this. Give me your thoughts. Click like and subscribe if you would. It helps me out. It helps you also be notified when I put out new videos. And I'll see you in the next one.